Do, 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 boo, boo, boo. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, 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 boo. Do, boo, 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 boo. Do, 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 do. Boo, do, 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 do. I didn't get to the lawn yesterday. Really needs to mow. The grass doesn't wait for anybody. I had a busy day yesterday. Grass doesn't care at all. Keeps growing. Try and get to it tonight after work, maybe. Oh. 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 Hello, David. Hello, Israel. Hello, user. Hello, Sanja. Hello, Johnny Boy. Hello again, user. Hello, Ricardo. Hello, Marissa. Hello. The language. It's interesting. The language just popped up that I wasn't even familiar with. Where'd my candle go? Oh, no. I'm using my candle as a backstop to my phone. I can't do that. I can't do that. Maybe my slipper could be a backstop to my phone. Do you think my slipper would work? Maybe if I piled up two slippers on top of each other, it'd be a backstop, a successful backstop to my phone. Let's see how this works. Well, it doesn't work too well. Hold on here. Let's try this one more time. That's pretty good. Well, yeah, it's not too good. That's fairly good. That's actually just perfect. Now I have the candle back. Hello, Megan. Thank you for following the host. Unstable connection. Megan, thank you for following the host. Unstable connection. Looks like I got choppy connection today. I wonder why that is. I have a feeling I would greatly appreciate it, but I am pretty sure it is indeed Wednesday morning. And I thought I got a bad connection a little bit ago. It's so distracting when I get a bad connection. It's a good connection right now, so I'll keep talking. But anyway, this is a show I've been doing for a long, long time. It's a show I enjoy. It's a show about me sharing a little bit, a few minutes in the morning, sometimes longer. It's a show about me sharing some of life experiences, some ups and downs we have, kind of the adventure that is life. The best stories that are told are stories that are true. Because real life's probably the most interesting story of all. And but for those that have been watching a while, you know it is a show about me, a lot more than just sharing stuff. I mean, well, this is indeed sharing, but it's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I got a nice hot cup of coffee in front of me this morning, and I'm so excited to take my first sip. Hold on, I'm going to try something. You're still there? Are you still there? Is anybody there? Come back. Come back. Come back. Come back. Are you back? I hope you're back. Thank you. I got into a discussion with some people at Starbucks yesterday about the space on the board for Jack, whether, what's her name, could have pulled him up on the board or not. And there was a couple different opinions, and people were telling me, oh, scientists have proved if they both would have gotten on the board, they would have drowned and they both would have died. And then somebody next said, oh no, there's been studies shown there was plenty of room for Jack and the board was big enough to have held them both. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? No, you probably do. Maybe not. The Titanic. It's a good movie. Great movie. 25 years old this year. Amazing. I saw it with my mom at the theater. Kind of a love story. I think you see some nakedness, minimal nakedness. You don't want to see any nakedness when you're with your mom. Do you know what you know what I mean? Or even any love scene where the hand goes up on the old car and it's a steamed up filled car. Because there's so much passion in that car. There's so much love. Little did they know that Jack was about 16 hours away from becoming an ice cube. But anyway, as I was saying, it is a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And I have a hot cup of coffee in front of me. And I am so excited to take my first sip on this Wednesday morning. I hope wherever you are, I hope whatever you're doing, you have a hot cup of coffee in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Oh, it's the Sumatra. Oh, every morning I every morning I wake up pretty much panicked and my mind's racing and I'm going, oh no, oh no, oh no. But then I go, wait a minute. This happens every morning. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Isn't a good way to start your day. So let's start your morning with gratitude. And I get my mind thinking and go, oh, thank you, Lord. I look outside. If the sun's rising, I thank him for the Lord, or for the sun. If it's raining, I thank him for the rain. If it's windy, I thank him for the wind. And then I start thinking of other things I'm grateful for, and usually my kids pop into mind, and the comfort of the bed's always there, the good night's sleep, the strength in my body, and then I'm going, oh, what else am I thankful for? And a light goes off in my head, and I go, and I'm thankful for my coffee. I'm thankful for my coffee. And then I scurry to the cupboard, scurry, and I open up the cabinet and go, okay. We got a bag of coconut. It's pretty good. We got a bag of French roast. It's okay. We got a bag of Sumatra. And I'm really excited to have some Sumatra. And my Wednesdays are like most people's Mondays because I have the day off on Tuesday. I'm working at a super Target. Hey, you're welcome, Doc. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I do work today. Somebody asked, well, you're jumping ahead. Well, I should stop reading the questions. Sometimes I like it to be interactive, but so often I'll get in a real fascinating, life-changing story where I'm pouring my heart out. Then somebody will ask a question about, is it rainy today in Naperville? And I go, no, looks like it's going to be a dry one. And then my story will be over. And the reason I know the actual sitting down and talking with you guys, the viewer, lost connection. Why am I losing connection? There's no reason I should have a lost connection, good connection. Is actually just rewatching them. I watch a whole lot of Coffee with Ken. I watch Good Morning Ryan, Good Morning UFC. I watch a whole lot of Coffee with Ken. Helps me sleep. I'll wake up in the middle of the night, go, hey, I should edit some videos. I'll start watching me talking from one of these live videos, and I'll go, and I'll drift back off to sleep. Actually, I'm kind of teasing. I'm making fun of myself. It's good to be able to do that. It's healthy to be able to do that as long as you know you're not serious. But a lot of times I'll find some real good nuggets and, again, cut them up and spread them out over social media. And some will get a lot of views. Some won't get too many views. Some will get a lot of subscribers or followers. And some won't get many at all. And some will get 1 million likes and some will get none. And that's kind of the way life is. And I don't worry about it too much. Last week of teaching for UFC until summer starts. Well, you're a teacher. Cool. Yeah, my kids are going to be off school at the end of this week or something like that. And I know life's going to change here where I live in Naperville because there's so many schools and so many high schools and so many kids. It's one of those great places to raise a family. So everybody raises families in Naperville. We got 1 million kids. Things change. One week, my Starbucks is quiet and peaceful. The next, it's packed with 1,000 hellions. Just teasing. They're not hellions. They're kind of fun to watch. And they seem to be more respectful. Or, I mean, they seem like kids. They're just kids. Kids have always been kids. You know, they're never perfect. I certainly wasn't perfect. But we're just little people, little young adults, eventually finding our way, learning about life, learning about ourselves, learning about the opposite sex, learning about socializing, about coffee. about building relationships, about dating maybe even sometimes. Good morning, RJ. And really, you know, I don't want to say innocent because a lot of kids aren't that innocent, but just don't know what's ahead of them and don't know what to expect and don't know how to face life and are just starting their learning journey. And I don't think that learning journey, that should be a new word. Can you patent words? Learning. For those that are too busy to say learning journey. It's a learning. Oh my gosh, Ryan. First of all, somebody asked if I'm religious. I do not know if I'm religious. I go to a Christian church every Sunday. I would say I'm spiritual. I would say I believe things happen for a reason and that there is a higher power. And I think we all have gifts and paths and lessons we can learn and lessons we can teach. And I think, again, there's a reason for things, and there's a because I've had some horrible things happen in my life that I said, oh crap, that was a really horrible thing that happened in my life. And then 6 months later, I'm glad that it happened because it turned out to be, lead me down the path I needed to be led down. And you learned you should just embrace losing your hair from me. Well, I teach all sorts of lessons. Sometimes I'll talk about spiritual health. My videos. I guess I could see why people are confused. If you go back and watch my videos, there's a wide range. I mean, I stick to some topics that I know. But if you go to my thing and are just looking for inspiration, or just looking for humor, or just looking for divorced dad, or sober dad, or balding dad, or whatever, you're going to be confused. Because one video I'll do, and I'll be talking about some silly voice, talking about the Fast and the Furious movie. And the next I'll be crying and talking about my mother who passed Alzheimer's, and then I'll be talking about, not drinking alcohol or coffee or my beautiful son or my beautiful daughters. And I don't know. I got on TikTok 19 months ago now, maybe 19, something like that. I don't know. And when I first started watching, almost every video that popped up on my screen were like how-to videos, how to build an audience, how to get more subscribers, how to clip your video, how to do this, how to do that. And I don't know what my point was. But I had a point. And they all said to niche down. I didn't feel like niching down. I didn't feel like niching down at all. So I talk about everything, a little bit about everything. I talk about everything. So I hope you're in for everything because that's what you're going to get. You never know. I don't even know. Life deals you new cards every day. I'm looking forward to my day. I'm working today. Somebody asked, I was reading a book. I finished the 3rd chapter in How Starbucks Saved My Life. Makes me a little feel bad I don't work at Starbucks, to be honest with you, because I am drawing some inspiration from this. Hold on here. I'm looking for one line, and it kind of gave me a better attitude and made me feel better about what I'm doing and explain some things. And I think it was work is dignity. And I think it might have come from F. Scott Fitzgerald at one point. And I'm not totally sure. It's something like that. And it kind of opened up my eyes and explained some things to me about a bunch of things. And about life and about the path I've been on and the struggles I've faced. Where is it? The struggles I faced and why I didn't like being a realtor. And she realized too late that work was dignity. And that was from F. Scott Fitzgerald talking about his wife. Work is dignity. And I kind of think so. And I kind of found it when I started working at Target. And it kind of opened my eyes. And I'd been a realtor for 17 years. And I almost don't feel like I put in a good day's work in 17 years of being a real estate agent. And I felt like, this is going to, screw it. This is going to sound mean, and any realtor friends of mine are going to hate me for it, but tough poop. I felt like I slithered from one transaction to the next, from one closing table to the next. Not really providing service, not really providing value, but occasionally picking up a real big paycheck. Occasionally picking up a real big paycheck. And the paycheck was fairly good, and it made you feel like, hey, I must have done something. I just got a $10,000 paycheck. I certainly must have done something. But I look back, and I couldn't really figure out where that 10 grand came from. And I go, yeah, I know I opened the door and showed him the house and wrote the contract and negotiated the deal and did the home inspection and then showed up at the closing table. But, I don't know. How did I get into real estate? I got into real estate in 2005. I became a realtor on October 12, 2005. That's when I signed on with RE/MAX Action in Lisle, Illinois. I met a very inspirational broker owner of RE/MAX Action named Gary. Sat down with him. He got me excited about the potential of the business. But I decided to become a realtor probably 4 or 5 months prior. I was a stockbroker for 10, 11 years right out of college. That was a fairly soulless, but sometimes very lucrative job. And left that in 2000, or actually 2002. I kind of really got out of the financial markets. I went to work. My dad owned a printing store in Villa Park called Sir Speedy Printing. And I went to work for him. And it was a small business, and he came in every day. He worked early, worked late, seemed proud of his business. I started working for him, but I came in with all these big ideas of my own, saying, hey, Dad, we should do this, we should do that, we should do that. And probably as a lot of father-son teams do, they butt heads. And I got a big head, and he probably has a big head too. I mean, literally and figuratively. And I wanted things done my way, but it wasn't my store. And I go, I can't do it this way. So anyway, I strove off, decided we weren't going to be compatible working together. But I knew I wanted to start my own business because it was exciting to me. No, my dad's retired. He's 82 now. And knew I wanted to start my own business. Thought about getting into the printing business, talked to some local printers, looked at some spaces even. But kind of realized a lot of businesses are tough. Most business is tough. Business is tough. It doesn't matter if you're a lawyer or a car window tinter or a realtor or a restaurateur. I think you need a combination of hard work and some good fortune to be successful, because starting your own business is tough. And most businesses fail, and there's a reason that most businesses fail. It's because businesses are tough, or business is tough. So anyway, decided printing wasn't going to be right. I didn't really like the future of printing. I know printers are still out there doing their thing, but I didn't see it as the future. And my wife at the time and I were talking about becoming or moving to Michigan, because I was kind of out of work looking for my next thing in life. And she was from Michigan, and we talked about moving to Michigan. And we put up our home. It was a beautiful townhome in Lisle, Illinois, we put it up for sale by owner, because I thought I could sell it myself. Probably could have. And I would do open houses and any car slowly driving. It was a new construction community, and it was a time when the real estate market was really hot. Cars would slowly be driving around the neighborhood. I could tell they were looking for a house to buy. So I ran out with my brochure. I'd chase them down. I'd tell them how beautiful my house was, and I'd drag them back in. And I did an open house, I don't know, that week or the next. And a couple friends of mine that were neighbors came through the open house just to check it out. And the wife named Carrie said, "Hey, you should become a realtor." I go, "Huh, really?" So I started studying for the test the next week. Got licensed, I don't know, a month or 2 months later. And that couple, that wife and husband that said, "You should become a realtor," ended up becoming my very first clients, and bought their home that they still live in today, probably 6 months after I started over at Remax. So it took me 6 months from starting to getting my first paycheck. It was a big paycheck. That's probably more typical than not. Yeah, that's probably more typical than not, but that's how I got started in real estate. Did it for 17 years, was okay at it. A white milk dud. I appreciate that. A lot of people say Bruce Willis, which I think is cool. Some say Mr. Clean, Howie Mandel, the guy from Breaking Bad. But I have never ever had somebody tell me that I look like a white milk dud. A white milk dud. I like it. There was a basketball player. It was white chocolate, they called him. I don't know. I'll be the white milk dud. That'll be my thing. I wish it didn't have the name Dud in it. But maybe it's perfect, but it does. I'm the white milk dud. How do milk duds rank on my candy power rankings? I mean, they barely make the list. Okay, great question, RJ. I appreciate that. If I'm sitting down, if I'm trick-or-treating and I got a huge bag of candy, I go after the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, the Almond Joys, the peanut M&Ms, then probably Three Musketeers, then all the Hershey's chocolate bars. And before I get to any hard candy or chewy Starburst candy, that's probably when I make it to the Milk Duds, right before I go to Starburst. So that's where it goes in my ranking. Not very high. Skittles, I mean, it's ahead of Skittles. It's behind the Whoppers. Do they still sell Whoppers? Those are kind of good. It's like a Milk Dud, but instead of the chewy kind of thing, it's got kind of a, I don't know what you call it in the middle, but it's a crunchy, airy sort of thing. Malty, yes, they're kind of nice. But they're only kind of nice. They're not nearly as nice as the Three Musketeers. They're not nearly as nice as the top ones, the Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, the peanut M&Ms, the Almond Joys. I'd say Almond Joys are my first one. Hey, Sarita, namaste to you. From Nepal, where have you been? You were looking for an American man to marry last time we talked, I think. That's cool. There's probably lots of them. Have you been in Nepal? Oh, well, yeah, it's cool. You got to have your own life. I'm sure people in Nepal are busy this time of year. I believe May is the month they scale Everest. The tourism business explodes in the spring in Nepal. Okay, well, Sarita, you keep coming on. You know, again, I'm divorced twice, freshly divorced. I don't think I would be a good candidate, but maybe every 10 years or so I like to get married, I think. So maybe you check back in 8.5 years if you're still single. I'm still be single. Maybe I could marry a woman from Nepal. I could climb Mount Everest at 64 years old. I wonder what the oldest guy to climb Mount Everest. I have no desire to climb Mount Everest. None, none, none. You're a female guide. Wow. Wow, you're a female guide. Does that make you a Sherpa? I don't know much about mountain climbing, but I've watched some things about climbing Mount Everest enough to know I got no desire. It looks cold up there. It looks windy. It looks hilly and very icy. Sometimes they'll put a ladder across this huge crevasse. I don't want to climb a ladder with spikes, even with these little strings I'm holding on each side of me. It looks very dangerous. I think it probably is very dangerous. Yeah, I'm not going to be climbing any Mount Everest. Oh, I guess you didn't offer me an expedition to the top of Everest. I hear it takes a lot of money. I've heard, at least the movies look like it gets very crowded and there's a lot of garbage. Occasionally there's bodies that you can't bring back down. It's weird. Let's do the Naperville Half Marathon this weekend. RJ, my running days, I think, are over. Certainly until I did something with my knee. I am working today, and I'm going to go in with a good attitude because, again, like I was saying earlier, work is dignity. And I'm looking forward to working and putting in an honest day's work, doing some thinking. I'm formulating a plan for life going forward and life over the next couple weeks. And I'm feeling optimistic and I'm feeling excited and I'm just starting to get the coffee going through my system. The downtown Naperville Starbucks opens Friday. Well, that'll be cool. I might have to check it out. I'll probably go there Friday after work. I'll work on Friday and I'd go there and check it out. It'll probably be crowded. I wish they would have never changed it or shut it or what have you, because it was a really great place and a really great part of downtown Naperville. And looking forward to it to being open. So while we're talking about Starbucks, you asked earlier, do I like the Pike Place at Starbucks? I don't care. It's coffee. You should feel proud of yourself to be a Nepali. I'm sure. I think we should all be proud of ourselves for wherever we're from. I think pride's important. I think we should feel good about who we are. And you deserve to feel good. I'm sure you have a beautiful country with huge mountains and beautiful people and a interesting culture. And yeah. Do I like Philly cheesesteaks? Why, RJ? Yes, I do. I really do. It's interesting you say that. I'll tell you what, the what's the sub place? It has an awesome Chipotle Philly cheesesteak. And I had one the other day, and it had been a while, but it was delicious. I've actually been to Philadelphia and went to those. There's one that's super famous, Philly cheesesteak place, and I had a Philly cheesesteak from this super famous Geno's? Is it called Geno's? Jersey Mike's is the one with the Chipotle cheesesteak. Great sandwich. For anybody looking for a tasty cheesesteak, Jersey Mike's is a delicious Chipotle one. But I think it's Geno's, I think it's called, in Philadelphia. Yeah, and I went there with a buddy who used to live in Philadelphia at the time. And we got some. I visited him a couple times, had a great trip. It was beautiful it was interesting being on the East Coast and seeing old things and old places and old historical Liberty Bell and old buildings and all sorts of things like that. So, yeah. So, no, I'm not going to run the half marathon. I think my running days are over, at least until I get my knee seriously worked on. I am looking forward to work today. I am going to look at my work I do as dignity and dignified and do the best job I can, even though I know it's a stepping stone and not a final destination. Okay, let me talk to Ryan real quickly. Ryan, you're very quick. I so appreciate you scurrying to the store and picking up some coffee. Always have multiple bags of coffee at your home. Never run out of coffee, which reminds me I'm running low on coffee filters. And being out of coffee filters would be almost more frustrating than being out of coffee because you're so close yet so far. So I appreciate you guys so much for joining me. It's just after 6:15 today. I'm going to have some breakfast, drink some more coffee, turn on some music, get my blood flowing, get off to work, have an awesome, awesome day. And I hope you do the same. I hope you had a great night's sleep. I hope you have a wonderful day, whether you're at work or at rest or chasing little ones around or just enjoying retirement or whatever phase of life you are in. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I want to thank you for joining. I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you're feeling good, you're loving yourself, you're forgiving yourself, and as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.